Hey guys, welcome to another fun and exciting Iron Mike FIA GT Sport stream. Today we're at Dragon's Trail Gardens 2. I'm using the Alfa Romeo 4C car. The tyre requirements are medium and hard, and my strategy is, I wasn't really sure at the time, but it ends up being hards and then pitting for medium. So we'll just go straight into the race. It's a grid start, false check, so brakes on, traction control, and I qualified 8th. The races lately have started a bit earlier, so this is my first race, which was the second to last race. So I thought I'd qualify properly. Around this first corner I was just holding on for dear life, just trying to keep it as smooth as possible. It gets a little bit messy. Oof. So starting off 8th, I come through in 10th, 9th. Even here, still trying to feel my way around. So I did decide if I was 8th before the race, if I was 8th or behind, I would start on hards. So hards it is for now. And here still just getting a little bit squirrely, trying to find a bit of rhythm, trying to settle down. So luckily I'm up to 7th place already. And I'm hoping most people are on mediums at the moment. So we've got 18 laps. So the plan is maybe on hards, I was thinking maybe minimum of 6 laps, maybe going to 8 laps. And if I was in a really good position, then I'd push it to 8. So luckily for me, the guy in front, half-second penalty. So it shouldn't be too hard to get past him. There's always a chance he's going to get punted. Got a little tap there, pushed out a bit wide. So it's funny, whenever cars pass me, then I look for the split time gap behind, hoping it will be a healthy time. These are the worst corners for me. But luckily I did alright in this race on those corners. Usually I go a bit too hard and slide out a bit. Just trying to keep some rhythm going, just keep the momentum, trying to keep in this slipstream, making sure I brake at the right point here. Just a little bit too late and you're going too deep. So a bit of clean air at the moment. Just taking it nice and smooth around these. Occasionally I get a bit wrong, but from 4th down to 3rd, push through, back up to 4th. Just entering this large curve into 5th. Trying to just touch the apex. Keep that speed going. So in general, it looks like the 4C or the TT, the Audi TT, or even the Megane were really the favoured cars. I was surprised to see a number of different cars in this race. So again, this just taking it nice and smooth, just slowing down nice and easy. Down a third to push through this corner. And even this corner here, just got to take it a bit easy. A bit too hard and you slide out to the left there. So the Alfa Romeo 4C, it's the engine's in the middle and it's rear wheel drive, so it's well balanced. I actually chose the Alfa 2 seasons ago and it's quite a nice car to drive. Still trying to keep in the slipstream of the guys in front, but then I've got Schmooze Me catching up from behind. I had to take it a bit easy there. Didn't know where the guy was beside me, and that because I took it a bit easy, that allowed Schmooze Me to get past. Again, having a look at the split time at the gap behind, which looks like a healthy 6 point something second. Oh no, 0 point something seconds. What am I looking at? There goes Schmooze Me. It's back up to 8th place. This guy ahead, I'm Matt, or whatever his name is, just seemed to have a bit of respect for him in the race. He just seemed to be a bit steady and clean, so there's no need to I thought I'll just follow along. I hear Schmooze Me again. Pretty good after that accident he had. But here's another half-second penalty for him. So a lot of these cars would be, I guess the engines at the front of rear-wheel drive. Tried a few different cars. Most of these cars will be, the front wheels will be struggling, and fuel economy as well, not the best. The Alfa found the fuel economy was really good. Now I would have thought the Megane would dominate in a race like this, but there are, oh there goes that Matt, he's gone. Yeah, I would have thought the Megane would be dominant in this race, but looks like there's a few too many straights, and it doesn't have the highest speed. Neither does the Alfa Romeo actually, but seems to be stronger. So it might be this lap here where Schmooze Me catches up on the corner. If it's this one, you'll see I'll give him a bit of room on the right, but does he return the favour here? No, mate, give me room. The brains of some people. So just grab his slipstream while I can. So again, started 8th and I'm currently in 8th. I think at this moment I was thinking I feel like I'm just slowly slipping behind. So this is lap 6, the minimum amount of laps I should do on the hard, and the reason for that is if I hop onto mediums now, a full tank of fuel would probably get me 12 to 13 laps, but under race conditions it would probably come down to 11 or 12. So 6 laps out of 18 is the minimum. But I think at the time I was still, my mindset was just push to 8, because I didn't want worn medium tyres right at the end of the race. And on the hards at the moment, things seem to be going okay. The car's very drivable. When I was looking at the my lap times, it was 1:43. Not the best, but still seem to be slightly competitive. I think mainly because, as you can see now, there's no one around me. I seem to have clear track. I'm not cutting corners, I'm not getting penalties. So I think that's what's helping me keep up with people. But you can see they are just slowly pulling away. Now here you're just starting to bunch up a bit, so that plays into my hands. Being able to do the old catch up, just checking my fuel levels. And then these two look like they're just battling away. You know, and I guess for me the main thing is, while they're battling, they're chewing their tyres out and just burning up fuel, trying to beat each other. Whereas while I have clean air, I'm just trying to keep it as smooth as possible. So I think it was around here I started to think, do I pit, do I not pit? And I finally decided I would pit now to try and undercut some drivers. I thought another lap is just unnecessarily going on too long. I was confident I could get to the end, but then I have a mistake here. I accidentally press the X button twice, so I've selected medium and then accidentally hit no fuel. Oh, I was crying straight out. I was hoping they'll be able to sneak in some fuel for me, and then so now my strategy changes. I do not have enough fuel to the end of the race. Straight away I'm thinking, right, can I fuel save? And I thought, that's just ridiculous. So while I'm trying to keep it on track, so at the moment I'm thinking, just go for it. You've got fresh tyres, your fuel tank's pretty empty, just go for it and push it, because I knew I'm going to have to pit again. Just in the back of my mind I'm just thinking, please fuel, please just blast to the end of the race, but I just knew. So I guess decision making was, do I pit this lap? And then I thought, no, don't, because then I'll have a full tank of fuel. So I'll just go as far as I can with this fuel and just try and catch up to the guys in front and pull away from the guys behind me. And then when I really need fuel, then I'll drop in and get it. But what a mistake. Just very quick, I just couldn't believe I did it. It's not like two separate pushes, it was like bang bang. So at this point I've probably got 6 laps of fuel remaining. So I was able to push it, and push it hard, because I knew I've got to go in the pits for fuel. So if I wreck these tyres, doesn't matter, I can just chuck on another pair of mediums. Pushing it a bit too hard there. And I've got, yeah, I don't know his name. Eventually I'm catching up with, I think, Doc Pops, who's in first position. I think he must pit. Slowly getting more used to this track now. I'm not too sure which direction I prefer the best. It's probably this direction I prefer the best. So back in position 8. More people pitting now. So there's Doc Pops just pulling out of the pits. I'm now behind him. I think he's just gone on to hards there, I think. And I could see the split time coming down. He is a mate of mine. I was hoping he'd really push it, because I didn't want to be catching up to him and needing to go for an overtake. But I did want to try and catch up, to try and tell him to move it. I also wanted to test his pace, because if his pace wasn't on it, then I would need to jump past him. I've got a Renault behind me, and he wasn't that far behind me when I pulled out the pit, so I was glad to see the time was slowly increasing. But that's all due to having fresh mediums and not enough fuel. I've never had that happen to me before, where I've accidentally hit no fuel. So more people pitting, so I'm up to 4th place. And this is where I thought, well, if I pit, I know I'm going to drop back, but if I can push hard enough and take advantage of this situation I'm in, hopefully it will counteract the fact I've got to drop in the pits again. Big mistake. I mean, if I did fuel up, I probably would be in 6th place, for example. I wouldn't be in this position. Doc Pops and myself, we're catching up to position 2. While Gingerbread Man is up front, and he's well in front. So he's doing really well. So I'm in Doc Pop's slipstream now. And I've pulled away from that again. Still just taking it, even though I've got fresh tyres, still taking it easy around these corners. Easily spin this car out if you push too hard. I found with this car, as long as all 4 wheels are planted, it's okay. So here I go into the pits full of fuel, and there's no option to not, oh, do not change, you could. I thought you had to change tyres anyway. So here we go, finally filling up just a little bit more, just to be sure. Now let's see where I pull out. So I'm in 5th, so I've lost 1 position. I didn't realise that at the time, but those previous tyres, I'd landed the fastest lap, funny enough. So at least some good came out of that situation. Now it's time to try and hunt them down. What's that? Is that 11 seconds? And we've still got so 6 laps? 7 laps. 6.5. And again I had that McGann behind me. But I think this time I'm able to pull away. Was watching his time though, because he's closer to me than I am to 4th place. Just making sure I don't stuff it up. I knew I could be just a little bit more aggressive on these tyres. So it's pushing a little bit harder than normal. Except for around this bit, just do not trust it. You know, one slight mistake and you're off, and it's good night, Irene. See myself corner by corner, just pulling away from the guy behind me. So I've caught up quite a bit to 4th place. I don't know what's happened there. And that's actually dot pops now, so it's like the guy in 3rd place overtaking dot pops has cost a bit of time. I've still got plenty of time, laps up my sleeve to try and catch up, put some pressure on. Five laps remaining. Pulling away from position 6. I'm just slowly making ground on dot pops. Taking a few of those curbs a little bit too eagerly. So he's in my sights now. The other consideration in this race was talking to a mate of mine, Big Bruce the Shark. G'day Bruce, if you're watching. And he was talking about his previous race and how some people ran out of fuel. So that was one thing in my mind, just push as hard as I can, because people may run out of fuel, or also the 1 minute penalty if they didn't comply with the tyre requirements, medium and hard. So there were two reasons to continue pushing. And so, you know, driving as hard as I can, and fingers crossed. It's probably on lap 15. So 3.5 laps to go. Still, what's that, 5 seconds away from dot pops. It's funny, I get the feeling this is, maybe like many other races, this is a race that you've either got it or you haven't. You know, you're in time or you're not. You're up front and you've got a rhythm, or you're at the back and you're all over the place. And I felt like this is a race where I had the rhythm, and mainly thanks to starting on hards and just getting away, keeping out of trouble. I think if I'd been beaten around turn 1 and 2 on lap 1 and got knocked to the back, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But it's been pretty clean. You know, error-free, I mean, except for the pit. I keep talking about it. I was crying in the car, absolutely crying. Personally, I would have preferred them to fill it up with fuel and leave me with no wheels. Just drag the chassis around. It's moments like this I was hoping that dot pops would be looking at the split time and seeing it coming down. Just kind of very in a friendly way put him under a bit of nervous pressure. Just using a bit of caution around there. Just always worried I'm pushing a little bit too early. It'll begin to spin. And then again, I've been so lucky on that corner. Just touching the apex at the right point and pushing out. So 2 laps remaining. Still got the fastest time, and I get the feeling by now that fastest lap should stay. It's not often I hit fastest lap. So 2.9 seconds. And I've easily pulled away from position 6, so he was no longer a concern. Get a bit deep there. Oops. I was worried I was going to lose a lot of time there to the pops, but looks like I got away with it, no penalty. And watch this, he pulls over to the right, and I thought, he thinks it's the last lap. Why would you do that? He's not trying to deny me slipstream. I thought, he thinks it's the last lap there. Still got one more lap, mate. And a part of me was hoping he really thought that was the last lap, because when you realise you've got another lap to go, you know, you've relaxed mentally, and then to know you've got to go again. Sorry guys, I'm sitting outside and there's bloody birds all the time. So it's pretty much here I'm kind of thinking I'm residing to 5th, but always in hope that each corner I'll see a car slowing down, will be catching up, or the tyre requirement, which is a 1 minute penalty. So no matter what, still got to push. It's like every second counts now. So I then began to watch the board up top. So Gingerbread Man, he's crossed the line. Then I wanted to see if he dropped. No. Second guy's crossed the line. Did third place drop? No. So, and then Doc Pops, and then myself. So it looks like everyone did the right thing. And so from 8th place up to 5th, I was, apart from that pit lane fuel mistake, was relatively happy with the drive and the race overall. Up 3 places, fastest lap, clean race, 57 points, I'll take that. Look forward to seeing your streams, guys. See you in the next one.